Okay, so today we're back over at the 86 job. This one's going a lot slower than I wanted it to, but it looks good. And here's the one full side of metal completed. Gonna have to figure out something there. We're gonna have to put a box there. We had to like actually shift that wiring over and pop it out. And then that panel is ugly. But this looks pretty good. We've got we're gonna figure out some kind of an insert. We were just thinking about painting those, but they're really dated looking, and with this whole new modern look to the house, I'm probably gonna have Pete, he's gonna make us an insert that'll just slip right in there, and it'll be like a real, I'm thinking I'm gonna keep it the silver color. We might go ahead and paint it the same color as the siding. Haven't really decided. I'm gonna let the homeowner decide what they want to do on that. But we've got this going over here. We've got the meter protector on, so we put that in, and we got everything all, looks pretty good right there. Everything's came together. I kind of wish that was a little bit over, maybe like 3 or 4 inches over, so it would have been outside of that trim. That was you know, the guys, when they came to put that in, they're not siding guys, so they didn't know, and they concreted it in and locked it up. They just centered it over the meter. They weren't really paying attention to the corner, and it would have been perfectly fine to actually scoot that over about 3 or 4 inches, but you can't have everything in this world. You try. But yeah, I'm real happy with the way the metal looks. It looks great. This is a really high quality product, and it's now the wood, the horizontal is going to go all above, and this should just, we should just blow right through this because it'll go fast, and we're good at wood. We're still you know, the metal still takes us a little longer. It's a real specialized type of product too, so you really gotta, it was a learning process. So I basically paid to teach these guys how to do it. We had Joe, who's done a couple of buildings like this before, and that helped out a bunch. But they got the hang of it. It's been 2 weeks of working on it. I think we got another 2 weeks to get it done, and we'll have all the metal done in 2 more weeks, and that'll get us on to the next phase. Okay, now we're gonna make our way down here to the fascia job on this complex. Down here we've got 5, I think they're 4plexes, and we've done some work over here. You guys have seen it, but we're doing the fascia on the buildings because they were in really rough shape. So I had 10 days scheduled to do all 5 buildings. I figured two days a building, and right now we're actually already on day 4, so I want to see where we're at. And they work Saturdays, so I'm hoping that they're down to like 4 more days. That'd be cool to finish it 2 days early, but I doubt that's gonna happen. That rarely happens. Usually okay. And I just got confirmation on my concrete on my other job that the earliest is 11 a.m., which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm done with this concrete company, but I probably shouldn't even say this because if they hear it, they'll probably blackball me, but they just, I don't know, man. I'm tearing out a driveway that we did last year because they sent me a hot load and the thing sloughed really bad. And now it's been a nightmare to schedule concrete. I mean, it's crazy. Here it is Tuesday. I'm ordering concrete for Thursday at 8 a.m. and the earliest I can get it's 11. So that's not cool to be starting pouring concrete at 11 in the morning. All right, here we are. It's coming out nice. Got nice pre-prime material. I went ahead and went with the more expensive stuff. It's already primed, so all they got to do is paint it. And I like it. It's looking good. It's looking good. So there's 2 buildings complete. Remember, we're on day 4 here. We're just starting day 4. I got two buildings complete. At 2 days of building, I'm right on track. So that's going to be day 4, 5, 6. I might get it done in the 8 days. I think we might get it done in 8 days. And that's going to be killer because that's going to be considered a big win if we can get it done like that. I'd love to see this one done today and maybe even this one done today. I mean, by the end. And then tomorrow, maybe 2 more days we finish. I don't know. There's 6 days? That would be astronomical. That'd be way ahead, but they're barely started on this one. So they've got one piece, or they got one run done here. Well, they got the back. Okay. They got started. No, they didn't. They haven't got nothing on the back yet. And this is going to be tricky. Getting the basket in there. I think you can go out this way and turn it in and probably reach. But I know the back side of all 3 of these is going to be a real pain. So from there, all we got left is going to be, we got to do an elastomeric finish on that one deck there and then replace that post. And we'll be in pretty good shape. Oh, well, we'll go look over here. They're pulling this one off right now. Get that off, get the new one on. At these big ladders, it's a pain. It's a real pain. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy one. Okay, let's go to the shop and see what they're doing at the shop. We are headed down to the shop. Definitely back at it this morning. You can see all that, and I can see one. Looks like he's going right now. So a lot of people have been talking about the red sun. I know some of you guys been seeing that, which I've seen that up here. When we've had wildfires, I think I got some pretty good video of it at one point. It's probably on one of my old videos, but that red sun it looks fake. It doesn't even look real. And I've seen that in person here when we've had those layers of smoke. You know, that one year it's smoke. That's what they say it causes it. But you're seeing it back east right now, and I've heard that, and this is new, I've never heard of this before, but the Sahara Desert, I guess, is whatever, a big windstorm or whatever it was, and so a lot of the sand from the desert got mixed into the atmosphere, and it's it's coming across the ocean and landing in the United States and turning everything over there like a brownish haze color. And I saw a news report where they acted like it happens all the time, and they were talking like, you know, oh, it's that time of the year again, you know, the Sahara Desert is, and I'm like thinking, I have never heard of that in my life, not ever. But maybe I'm just uneducated, so maybe if one of you guys have heard about it, you could enlighten me on that it happens every year and all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments about the Sahara Desert. Okay, we're at the shop, and looks like Clayton's working on the railings and some platforms and some things like that. Drilling holes. So these are all the holes that got to be drilled for the cable. These are all drilled. See what we're doing today. We're working on that, and we're working on some platforms and a few other things. Ready? Let's go. I don't know where Bud went. Get in. I don't know what all that is. I don't know why all that wood's right there. All right, now we're over at Motel 6, and they got a plumbing issue. Nobody's here, but I think we figured it out.
Yeah, it's dripping. That's what it is.
Yeah, I got I believe that's a line set for something, huh? I guess that's a supply line, huh?
Yeah, I mean, depending on how big their units are, do you know if they're glycol units too?
I don't. It may just be actual plumbing water supply. So we came into the room, and I see the mattress over here, drywall over there, and then we saw this. Let me see if I can turn my. All right, there we go. We got the light to come on, and that's the problem right there. It's like a big 2.5 inch copper line cracked right there and leaking down through the ceiling. So we're gonna give them I got Travis over here. We're gonna give him a price to figure that out. There goes Dan. Finally getting some progress here. We got the pipe out, which is right there. Got everything all set down. We're heading out back a couple feet back with some rebar, so we can just pour this whole section here. That takes a wall built on top. There'll be a wall here. There's a wall here that goes all the way around. Once we get these walls done, then we're gonna backfill up, put our drainage, backfill up all of this. Pretty much we're gonna backfill it all the way up to, you know, where we want it. And then that'll be compacted fill all the way up to the top. And then we're gonna be able to pour this section here, which is a set of stairs that comes down here, a platform, and then another set that goes down there. This is kind of the trickiest part of the whole house right here. This stuff's easy over here. That's real easy. This and that over there is gonna be the tricky parts. So we're making good progress. Finally, we've been back on it like 3 days. So after we got that pipe cut out, we were able to get some pretty good progress. We're just doing a little skeleton crew because there's a lot of head scratching going on over here. So you don't want to have 6, 7 guys standing around scratching their heads. It's just not a job where you can just blow and go. This is a job that you got to really think about everything you're doing, so you're interpreting everything correctly from what the designers put on the plans versus what we're actually building. So it's going pretty smooth. I'm good with it. We'll let them keep going. We're gonna meet for lunch in an hour and keep the ball rolling. So Owen got the bikes here to Mammoth, and as you can see, we've got a fleet. We got a fleet of them, and we got to do oil change. That one's got a flat tire. We just got a whole lot of maintenance we need to do. Battery charging, maybe some new batteries, and just a plethora of stuff to get these things ready to roll. Morning, guys. Welcome back. Come here, bud. Stick around here. Where'd Sadie go? Well, we got a full day of all kinds of different stuff going on. Got the horse out there. I think the other one's coming this weekend, so we're gonna have 2 for sure, and then we're probably gonna have 2 more. Might even be offering up some boarding services for a couple of horses. I don't know. We could easily handle 4 here. I would say that's no problem. These pens are plenty big enough for 2 horses in each pen, so we'll see. It's definitely been fun and kind of cool. This house, you know, originally was one of the old only horse properties in Mammoth. So this one here, and then that one there was zoned for horses. And then Jacqueline's place down there, I was talking to her, I guess she said hers was too. And she's lived up here since she was a kid, and they actually had horses up here when she was a kid. So, but yeah, today's Wednesday. Got all kinds of things going on, so we're gonna get to it. I got to figure out what happened on 541 mono. Juan called me last night, told me we were short 10 pieces of fascia, and there's no way. I don't think I could have screwed up quite that bad, unless for some reason I deducted one building, but I just don't think so. I think I got shorted lumber from the lumber company, because when we went and picked it up, they didn't have the whole order, and when Clayton went and got it, he got a partial order, and it was a big fiasco. And then they ended up bringing the balance of what they owed us up here, because when we got to the lumber yard, the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing, and so the guy out in the yard was like, oh, this is all we got, and loaded Clayton up, and you know, left him with a balance of lumber to pick up. And then he called me back like an hour later, and he's like, we had that in the yard, we just didn't realize it. And I'm like, well, he's already gone, so you guys are gonna have to bring that up. And so they did. They agreed to bring it up, but I gotta think that they still screwed up something, because there's no way that I could have shorted myself 160 lineal feet. That's almost an entire building. But anyways, we're gonna get a count and see what we put up, how many sticks we actually had, and then I'm going to find out. It was 810 lineal feet is what we needed. So I gotta double check and see what I ordered, which was probably 810 lineal feet, but that's one thing we got to do this morning. And we got inspection up on 205 Juniper for another pour, so we're going to pour the midsection of the foundation. So we got that, and then just a lot of other little odds and ends. We've got one of the new guys we're gonna put with Dan and train and do some training and testing at the shop. He says he can weld. Come here, Sadie. Says he can weld. He's welded for about 4 years. He's a pretty good carpenter, kind of an all-around guy. So, and he's not cheap either. So we got to test him and see if he can do that. Possibly even maybe some crane stuff. Who knows? Right now we've got Zach and Clayton are the only people besides Brent that are certified to run the crane, and Clayton and Zach do not have very much experience, so still Brent doing a lot of that. So this summer we really got to focus on having a couple options for crane. And then Owen went to go get his DOT physical so he can get a Class A license, and then he can legally drive our semis. He's already been driving them for years, but I would sure hate to get a ticket and have him get a ticket at, you know, he's only 21 years old, so don't need to have him getting a big ticket and getting the truck in trouble and all that good stuff. So we try to, you know, use Clayton for all the Class A stuff that we have to do, but we need another Class A driver. I'd love to have 3 or 4 of them. We'll see where it goes. You gonna do a chomp? Chompers? All right, come on. Let's get in the car. Let's go.